Now to developing news about a coronavirus vaccine. The United Kingdom becoming the first country to approve Pfizer's vaccine, with the first vaccination set to happen in just days. Laura Ingle live for us in Malvern, New York. Laura.
Hey, Trace, while we have at least a week to go before we hear what the FDA will do about the Pfizer candidate here in the United States, we heard from the Health and Human Services Secretary, Alex Azar, saying that this is actually great news, what's happening in the UK for us here in America. Here's what he told Fox Business last hour.
The British approval is just great news in the sense that for the American people, this should be very reassuring. An independent regulatory authority in another country has found this vaccine to be safe and effective for use.
The CDC's advisory committee voted just last night to recommend frontline healthcare workers as well as residents of long-term care facilities to get top priority in the first days of any approved vaccination program. Now, the panel of outside scientific experts voted 13-1 to put those two groups at the front of the line when the shots are ready to go. Here's what one of the committee members said of the importance of his vote.
One of my favorite people, Mahatma Gandhi, said, "A nation's greatness is measured by how it treats its weakest members." And I feel prioritizing healthcare providers and prioritizing residents of long-term care facilities represents the right decision at this time.
Now, when we're talking about these two groups, that's about 24 million people in those two categories. The recommendations, which are not binding, have been handed off to the CDC director for approval. That is expected to happen today. The CDC is also expected to release revised guidance on quarantine time for those who may have been exposed to the coronavirus and have tested negative. They're looking at moving that from 14 days to 7 days and then 10 days for those who have not been tested. Again, the CDC director is expected to have a meeting this hour. We'll pass along any information as we get it. Trace?
Yeah, it's all key stuff. Laura Ingle live for us in New York.